Hey guys, Genevieve here to talk about our upcoming full moon in the sign of Taurus. Very early Friday morning. It's actually going to be around 3:15ish. So if you happen to be awake, it is also a partial lunar eclipse that will be visible for those of us here in the northeastern part of North America, also across parts of Europe and Asia. Um, and again, it's a partial eclipse. It's not going to be total, but if you so happen to be awake and want to step outside in the colds between say 3 and 5 a.m., you might witness that eclipse. So Taurus, right? We know about Taurus, and we know that Uranus, the planet of disruption and change, is has been retrograde in Taurus for a while. Sorry, I have to let the dogs in, so I'm walking and I've got some sun glare. Are you coming, Merlin? Are you coming? Good boy. So, besides that little retrograde Uranus still wreaking havoc and causing disruptions, well, we know a lot about the earth sign of Taurus, Taurus the bull. They are headfast, headstrong, very hardworking, determined. They literally physically will knock down any goal or opponent in their way. This can be great when it comes to career or other goals that they want to get accomplished. They are not afraid of hard work. They are not afraid of long hours. They are not afraid of steamrolling anyone or any obstacle in their way to get to where they want to go. Scorpio is also very hardworking, very career and financially driven. Um, Both are protective and very concerned first and foremost with security and family and home, and that's why they're so driven and hardworking, is because ultimately is about security and about protecting their family, the things that are closest to them, and that's never a bad thing, right? But sometimes people with these two signs, especially with the opposition of a full moon, they can be pushy, they can be combative, they can be downright evil, backhanded sometimes just to get what they want. And so some of that is going to play, and especially with a lunar eclipse, that always intensifies the energy. But I want to jump into this as quickly as I can because I want to do things a little bit different with this video. And I want to actually show you, if I possibly can how I do create my blends. It's very simple as long as you have the ingredients. Of course, if you have specific oils, specific scents or energies that you particularly want to invoke because of your sign, because of aspects in your astrological chart, or just your emotional makeup or personal needs at the time, you can certainly tweak these blends or create one all your own that is going to be supportive of you during this kind of intense full moon that is going to be coming about. But anyway, so there's another aspect going on that I cannot fail to mention. There is an extreme opposition to the full moon eclipse to a fixed star called Algol or Algol. This is known as the demon star because it is the head of Medusa. And it is one of the most intriguing kind of stars that you'll see in the night sky in the fall. It's almost a two-star system, and you can almost kind of see that. And it's in the constellation of Perseus. So if you know, the symbol of Perseus, he has severed Medusa's head, right? So Algol is the head of Medusa, and you best believe she's not happy about her head being cut off, right? So Algol in this opposition is really going to create some havoc, okay? It's really going to be something to be cautious of. There is a lot of squares going on too. The moon is square Jupiter, which normally Jupiter is very helpful, optimistic, forward thinking. But with this square, there's a lot of tendency for scandal, embarrassment in public. Also lowering your standards, while dating or pursuing, a love interest is never a good idea, but there's a chance of that happening right now because either an urge to just mate or to just not be alone, and possibly allowing some energy or people into your life that really probably don't belong there. Also, let's get back to Algol a little bit. Again, head of Medusa. It's a really cool looking star, but it is known to bring misfortune, violence, and of course, decapitation because of Perseus. It's very unfortunate aspects, really. It's dangerous, it's violent. Um, it results in extremist actions. And it kind of undermines all of the positive aspects of Jupiter. Normally, Jupiter, again, is a very optimistic, forward looking, good omen in the skies. So, what to look out for? All right, well, so we said it. Combativeness, being just kind of either encountering or yourself being too obtuse and going after your goals. Working hard is a good thing. Being driven is a good thing. But don't steamroll anyone at this time to get what you want, and vice versa. Be on the guard for those type of personalities. They're going to be very abundant under this full moon. Unfortunately, too, with this aspect, and because of everything that's going on globally, the effects of this are going to be felt globally. So there may be an uptick and increase in this pandemic that we're dealing with. There will be, mutations of it, and therefore with the variants, vaccines aren't going to work. More extreme weather, which we've been having across the globe. Just again, violence and brutality are very possible. Well, let me tell you a little bit more also about what Algol does, because I find it very fascinating. Again, known as the demon star, head of Medusa. So it's basically anything that any kind of karma, bad karma that you have catching up to you. And we touched on this theme a few months ago with another full moon. But this is going to be another one that it's coming for you. So be ready to face the music for anything that you've done, any, bad deeds, or just things maybe that you never rectified or put right. It's time to do that now, or face the consequences. Now, again, as with any bad aspect, there's always good to be found. The best thing that I suggest you to do, if it's at all possible, if you have a paramour, a steady romantic partner, don't leave bed for 3 days. Sex will be pretty incredible and intense because, the earthy Taurus is very sensual, loves touches, senses, smells, tastes. All of those things can definitely add to a fun time between the sheets. And also the Scorpio energy that's a little kinky, a little freaky, will be brought out. And so that energy is going to be great. Again, don't lower your standards to get to that. But if you can not leave your bed, not leave your partner's side, not stop doing that for the 3 days of this full moon, then you should have a pretty awesome time. But you do have to come up for air. You do have to eat. You do have to face the rest of the world. And that's where you might need to have your guard up a little bit. Okay. So my oil blend that I created is called Driven, because this will support the positive aspects of, again, driving for your goals, achieving what you want to do, helping you stay grounded, hard work, all of that. It will add some sensuality, but it's also going to be protective. It is also going to give you a little bit of karmic and psychic and spiritual protection to guard you from some of the negative aspects, especially with this opposition with the fixed star Algol. But definitely get outside to check them out, because it's pretty cool to look at in the sky. I mean, if you guys are like me, I'm always sitting out on my deck at night just looking at the constellations and stars through fall and winter. It's the best time of the year to see them. And so you really kind of understand and know where the planets are, what they're doing, and where their cycle is. If you don't know for sure, you're still learning about astronomy and about the constellations and stars and planets and what they look like and where they're at any given particular time. Google used to have, they may still or might have changed a little bit, but there are several apps available that you can just download on your phone, and then you just kind of hold them up in the sky and it identifies everything that you're looking at. They're pretty cool. So anyway, my blend, Driven, consists of the following. I'm going to read these out and I'm just going to show you. So what I do when I blend them, I just pour them, from the dropper bottle into something like this. I usually mix them up and then I use the dropper to then, after it's blended, drop it into another vial, bottle, or directly into my diffusers, whatever. When I read out the ingredients, when I list the ingredients, that means the first one I'm reading, I use the most of. And then I gradually less and less of all of them. And the last one that I name, I only use a very little bit. Either because of the potency or just the way they work together, or the smells, or the effect that I'm trying to create. So several of my blends might have a lot of the same or similar oils in them, but it depends on the order that I add them and how much I'm using of them. That will completely change the smell of the oil blend, the energy of the oil blend, okay? So Driven includes frankincense, vetiver, patchouli, Roman chamomile, sandalwood. Now, so far, if you know anything about the oils thus far, they're all very earthy, grounding scents, also spiritual, also some a little bit kind of sexy, aphrodisiac kind of vibe to them. But as we step into the next one, we've got Lang Lang, Rose, Palmarosa, and Nutmeg. They are definitely spicy, aphrodisiac, loving, supportive, nurturing scents. Nutmeg definitely helps heat things up in the bedroom. And then I added blue tansy and black pepper, both extremely protective oils, protective against negative energies. Blue tansy actually is almost like Achilles' armor. This is what it heals wounds, physical wounds in battle. It also is a defensive armor specifically for women, but also, either it's going to be a shield from you and maybe law enforcement or authority. So if you're doing things a little underhanded, dirty, you might want to have some blue tansy around. But it also can be a battle cry. It can be a call to war because it's basically showing you, hey, this is what I got. Bring it because I'm ready for you kind of thing. So that's my Driven blend, and we're already about 13 minutes in. I did want to kind of show you how I blend the oils, but I'm sure you can imagine it's super simple. You just take a bottle of oil, put your oils in however many drops you need. Since I'm going to be making some of this actually to take to work on Friday, I'm going to be making small 1 milliliter vials of it. So I'll probably end up making more than what I normally do because I might give them to a couple of coworkers too. They're curious. But then I also mix, of course, enough for myself, for my diffusers, or for my oil burners, for cleansing my crystals. So I do usually charge them on a full moon. This is another thing I want to make note of. I normally put them out under the moonlight during a full moon to charge them. I'm not doing this time because of alcohol, because that negative, that fierce, combative, just detrimental energy, I don't want that to get into my crystals. But I will actually physically rub them with my oil blend, maybe even sage them with some black sage, to cleanse them, to recharge them, and so they're ready to do their job for the upcoming month. So that's it, guys. Again, it's going to be very early in the morning on Friday. You're going to maybe even start to feel this energy, but definitely from Thursday to Saturday, or even, Thursday to Sunday, you're going to feel this partial lunar eclipse. Keep an eye out for that. And that is also why the energy is extra intensified. But until next time, until our new moon in the next sign of Sag, right? Yeah, Sag season is coming. Namaste, blessed be. Keep your heads cool. Have lots of sex under this full moon, and just try to really stay grounded and focused. And at the same time, hold your temper, guys. Okay, take care. Till next time. Bye bye.